It's diametrically opposed from being sad or being in mourning. It's a death. It's a living death. You can see it in somebody's eyes. They don't look sad. They are incapable of movement. It's sort of, I suppose, like being in a coma, but you're still moving around. Everything in your body is ill. I remember I sat on a chair for months on end, and I was too terrified to get up. Even the shower was inconceivable. You're besieged. It's warfare. It's not one abusive voice. I would say it's about 100,000 abusive voices. Like if the devil had Tourette's, that's what it would sound like.
And how widespread is it? Because people suffer in silence, don't they?
Well, there's a dollop of shame that goes along with it, because of course people say, well, show me the x-rays, show me a lump. Well, of course you start to think, am I making this up? And so it becomes more and more exasperated. I mean, the shame is really what isolates us. And I've talked to people with, at the end of my show, I talk to the audience, people who've had cancer and people who've had also depression. I always say, which one's worse? They say, always a depression. Because with the cancer, all they wanted to do was live, and with the depression, all they wanted to do was die. And this doesn't happen with any other disease. That's probably why nobody talks about it. It's 1 in 4. Nothing to do with a celebrity, nothing to do with how rich, how poor. 1 in 4, it's a disease. It's been around throughout history.
So what would your message be to the government and the NHS and the people with their hands on the budget?
What do you think? Can I be any clearer? Am I missing something here? If they don't give money, or at least treat mental health with if it doesn't have parity with physical disability, what's going to happen? Mental health causes a lot of physical disability. If you get it early, it won't drain the NHS, and that seems to be an outcry. It won't drain the economy.
And if the government doesn't put more resources into mental health, what do you think the consequences will be long term?
They say by 2020 it's going to be stress that causes most of our demise. You know, we already have cures for so many diseases, but it's going to be stress that will wipe it. That'll be pandemic. So if they don't put funds in, watch this space. How can I say it even more? I mean, it's if you don't help people with mental illness, and it's 1 in 4, and it's even, the numbers are going up for kids. Imagine, just picture what's going to happen in a few years. How can they be so blind?